Hey guys, what's going on? I sure hope you paid very close attention to the last few videos because I've actually given you a lot of insight of this potential upcoming sequence 3-3-3. Now, if you study the 13 market moves, you know how profitable those move 3 type situations are. Maybe you missed today's move. In this video, I'm going to go through specifically what could be happening next so you don't miss out on tomorrow's market action, so you don't miss out on Monday's market action. But some of this stuff I sort of explained in the last few videos. So if you paid very close attention to the right things in the last few videos, you should have had no excuse to miss today's move. And what was specifically said in the last few videos is, look, based off certain option chain examination, specifically 2 videos I posted focusing a lot on the VIX option chain. One of them was actually posted about a month ago where I was analyzing VIX option chain for the next 4 weeks, which next week would be the 4th week of those analyses. And I've noticed that, look, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on in the VIX chain until we get to next week. And here's the crazy part. If you've never traded VIX, then you wouldn't know that VIX options that show actually in the option chain, when they expire on Wednesday, they actually expire on Tuesday. So if you paid close attention to some of these videos, you would have understood the main point. The main point of this discovery is the fact that the market could sell off going into the Federal Reserve meeting. So the Fed meeting normally starts on Tuesday, but they don't announce the actual decision in all the details until Wednesday, 2 p.m. So there would be nothing wrong with a lot of market participants buying VIX calls into next week, with the exception that VIX calls don't expire on a Wednesday, even though on the option chain they show they expire on a Wednesday. They actually expire on Tuesday morning, which is way ahead of Federal Reserve announcement. So what's going on here? And why are so few contracts traded post Federal Reserve announcement? So if you utilize this information with 13 market moves, you have a very high probability outcome of a sequence 3-3-3. And so most of the money in the markets, contrary to the popular belief, is not made on your day-to-day activity trade. And as a matter of fact, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why we stayed away from trading the market in the last 5 to 7 days. And the importance of being patient and what it can actually produce for your account. So without any further ado, this is what has transpired. I just given you a clue of what could be going on next, but just if you're entirely brand new, you have no clue what a move 3 is, understand move 3 is a red move for the market. It normally starts with a gap down, and any sort of bounce should be shorted as a strategy. So it's short to bounce type strategy. Now, move 3 is not the most lucrative move out of 13 market moves if you're trying to profit on the short side. There's another move that is actually way more impactful than a move 3, which I don't have time to cover that move in this video. So if you're curious, what could actually produce even greater results than a move 3, make sure you visit 13amendmenttv.com and get your 13 market moves course today. So now let's focus on the details here. Here's the chart of S&P 500. Now that was taken today, just after the market closed, June 9th, 2022. Now, there's a couple of things I want to bring to your attention to just kind of give you an overall view of the market. So we are still in a condition, and that would be The same for NASDAQ. NASDAQ chart just looks a little bit uglier than S&P. But you got a death cross situation out of which the market just can't seem to bounce. It tried to bounce out of that death cross here. It was unable to. Another approach to a moving average line right here, the 200-day line, just can't get out of this funk, right? And so we got a tornado pattern here, which accurately predicted there's going to be another move lower. We've nailed the bottom. If you were part of the alerts group, we told you, hey, 38.50 that day was it. We nailed the bottom right here. And since then, we said, listen, right here, as you can see, the market is going sideways. Not a whole lot going on. So sometimes a move like this in the market, especially when the sell volume subsides here slightly in the last few days, hey, this could, a lot of analysts, if you're paying attention to any media outlets out there, right? I mean, they're saying, oh my God, there's a breakout coming to the upside. In the last video, I've shown you an option of Corvina where you clearly see this bullish sort of activity, which I warned you against because there's a lot of stuff to look at besides somebody just buying a bunch of calls on a particular stock. Okay, you got to put the context into perspective. So how would you have known that the market on June 9th, which we specifically told you in the last few videos, so again, pay attention to the videos, guys. Sometimes you can pick up some very valuable details that, if you pay attention to them, they'll help you make 20, 30 grand. I mean, they'll help you make a ton of money in certain instances. So in this event, for example, when a chart is going sideways, right, and it could go either way. It could go to the upside. It could go to the downside. If you're listening to CNBC and Bloomberg, oh, certainly. I mean, this could go to the upside. I mean, JP Morgan is all bullish, like, you can't be bearish here. They say you got to be bullish. The market is going to bounce. So when you listen to some of these key banks out there and they're talking crazy shit like this, I mean, that is just sometimes could be used as an extra ammunition to go short. But if you focus on some of the basics like the MACD indicator around here, right? So it's a hook. It's a death hook. A death hook is what we phrase in 13 market moves as a circumstance where the black line is starting to shoot lower, and this is the first indication that there could be a cross such as in this circumstance right here. So notice what happens when the black line crosses the orange line right here. Well, damn, a drop, a little bounce, and then a major drop after that. So once the line crossed, the black line stays under the orange line for quite some time through the duration of this entire drop. So we are about to go into a circumstance like this. The difference is the MACD right here is not as elevated level as it was right here or right here. So what this tells us, this next move could be rather brutal, and it could be short-term based, meaning like some of the biggest money in the market normally is made, if you trade an option specifically, it's made within a very short amount of times. And if you are able to pick out the specific time frames, like June 9th, I've been telling you in the last few videos, wait till June 9th. Wait, if you're part of the alert group, told you, wait, the market's going to go up sideways, plus minus 50 points, which is exactly what's been going on right here for the duration. I said, wait till June 9th to trade. And so instead of participating in this sideways madness, which is highly unproductive when you're trying to trade directional options, especially directional weekly options, there's a lot of them just going to get killed due to the decay. You rather wait to a specific time frame to match it with the chart and the catalyst. So in this particular case, we're still under bearish conditions. We're still under the death cross condition. And now we're in a situation where we're about to repeat what MACD has done. Now this may not be as prolonged of the move lower, which coincides with a couple of key catalysts, okay? And me analyzing the VIX option chain, basically saying, look, if you look at the VIX, they're not necessarily expecting a huge drop after the Federal Reserve announcement. Based off what we're observing in the VIX option chain, the bigger move is likely to evolve ahead of the Federal Reserve announcement, which would be June 9th, June 10th, okay? It would be Monday. Monday in this case would be Monday the 13th. Well, this was unplanned, guys. Just pulled up this calendar. So Monday the 13th could be the biggest move next week ahead of the Federal Reserve decision on the 15th, or the announcement of the decision on the 15th. So this move right here could be spectacular. And it could actually be coincided with a move 13 out of the 13 market moves, which move 13, guys, that's one of the best tradable moves because you get to participate on both the downside and the upside. If you understand that move, these are the sort of days that pay you 30x, 40x, if you know exactly what you're doing with that move. So get ready. Again, today is the June 9th. We've waited patiently, and as a result of that, we're able to capture that breakout to the downside. And the way, again, you would have been able to understand that there was a greater probability to the downside because we're still in the conditions of a death cross right here, and we're in conditions of a death hook right here. So observing this, okay, observing some of the tornado pattern formations ahead of this situation sideways right here, okay, combining all this indicator information that we teach you in our charts and patterns recognition course, you would have been able to nail this. Going forward, by definition, normally we would have to revisit this level right here, which would be a level between 3,800 and let's say 3,870. We could land somewhere here in a very, very short amount of time. The first catalyst to target clearly would be tomorrow 8:30 report. The CPI number, I mean, this could easily get us another 100 points lower. But let me walk you through, for those of you that are really trying to decipher this and understand this, about what has transpired today. So June 8th was yesterday. I'm still telling you guys, hey, be ready to trade tomorrow. Notice there was no alerts. Sometimes on certain days you just don't want to trade. You want to wait for the right moment. So today was the right moment, and sure enough, shortly after the market opened, so I'm starting to send you messages like Airbnb 115 puts, highly profitable trade. BKNG 2305 puts, highly profitable. Shopify, open slightly down, start rocketing higher. Guys, we're telling you buy puts on this thing. It goes all the way to 393. Just ideal entry, right? And ends up almost below 370. So that was a 20-point catch. Nice, because the options were way underpriced. Novavax 45 strike puts. I said that multiple times because I really like the setup on that trade. Okay. And at the same moment, we're starting to tell you to start buying SPY puts. 405, 403 strike. Tomorrow expiration, meaning June 10th expiration. Now notice, that's like when the first 30, 40 minutes of market open. And we continue to send you messages to buy SPY puts. Now we also tell you to actually accumulate the 398 Monday expiration, 396 Monday expiration. Basically, if you understand what a 333 sequence could translate into, you would understand why we're going way out of the money in this sort of situation. Also, we outlined the specific criteria for how long you should be staying in this trade on the put side. We outlined the trade as long as the dollar DXY stays above 102.44, we buy puts all day today and tomorrow. So this gives you an idea that we're not trying to jump out of the trade, trying to catch like a 10, 15-point move. We're not even trying to catch a 40-point move here anymore. That was the condition in the prior few days, right? But we waited for the break. We announced the break was going to be on June 9th, which is today. And sure enough, you come on June 9th and like, looks like nothing is going on. Look, we're going sideways. I mean, this is where these green arrows represent multiple times where we send you to messages to buy SPY puts, tomorrow expiration, Monday expiration, way ahead of this drop off right here, guys. So maybe you woke up today and you're like, wow, nothing is going on in the market again. We're going sideways. There was really no indication, right, that we're going to break out of the sideways pattern unless you understand what a tornado pattern is. So if you're part of the alert group, guys, like if you did make at least like 20, 30K today, of course, it depends on the size of the account. I mean, if you got 100, 200K account, there should be no excuse why you didn't make 300K today. I mean, these trades were easy, okay? Today, we were running 100% on our trades, guys. I mean, it doesn't happen every day, but guys, when you wait, patience pays off. And so we send you some other alerts today, specifically on this Novavax trade. I mean, people were trying to jump out. I'm working with a few guys and they're like, oh, Leo, I'm up 300%, I'm up 500%. I'm starting to sell them. I'm like, hell no, hold Novavax puts. Damn it, don't sell it. I mean, this is just the beginning of the drop, and people are trying to get out of it when we're like at 45, okay? 44. I mean, this thing could still drop way, way low, guys. So these are the alerts you missed on today, but predominantly, I mean, this was a easy, solid trade today. We told you buy 399, 398, 397, 396 SPY puts Monday expiration. I mean, we're picking some of these up for like 20, 30, 50 cents and the 399 strike, guys. These were easy. And as you can see, we're sending you messages way ahead of the actual move, right? We're telling you, look, there's a potential sequence here, 323, 311, or 333, which, you know, based off the fact that the VIX haven't rocketed to the moon today, we have a really elevated probability of this last variation, which gets you paid the most as a day trader. And basically informs you that, look, there's 170, 200 point drop that we're targeting by Monday, 4/15. So, I mean, this is precise, right? At the time I'm sending these messages, we're trading at, 4,100, just slightly above. And there is a reason why, because you have to understand, okay, buying puts in the money, it is safe. It is safe most of the time. But there are times where you should be buying puts way out of the money, such as one of these sequences. 333 sequence is definitely the sort of sequence where you want to be buying puts out of the money, and you want to be doing that ahead of the big move. As you can see, when we send you the message to buy Tesla puts, 690 strike, this was only about a 300% return today, but you still got room to run, right? Tesla was about 760 bucks. Okay, 760. I ended the day like around 720. So only about a 40-point move on Tesla. BABA puts, they were up, 200-300%, and not the best trade of the day. Baidu puts, Airbnb, add. I mean, all of these trades, right? Until we finally get to a 215. This is the point where I'm basically sending the lost alerts for the day. And it's very important when you get an alert from me about the resolve, right? So as we're keeping certain time frames in the day, by about 2:15, sometimes you can really have a very high probability outcome of a certain event taking place. So sometimes the market will bounce at the end of the day, sometimes it'll drop at the end of the day. And if you focus on some of the last few videos where I've showed you the biggest secret, how the entire market is transforming the way they're doing futures on S&P 500. Now you have daily expiration basically every day. If you know how to combine this time frame with a move 3, guys, this is where the big money is. And so once you understand by certain time frame and you're trading same day expiration to which side the resolve is going to be, this is where you bank, right? This is how you can take your count from 20K to 200K within like 2 hours if you understand the 13 market moves curriculum. So our target for today was, I'm sending this like 2 hours before SPY stops trading. And I'm going to show you the difference between trading SPY and trading S&P 500 futures. So our target is 40.51. By tomorrow, we're expecting the market tomorrow to get down and open at about 40.11. Now, what has transpired if you've been paying close attention? Okay, we actually way exceeded that sort of thing. And so we actually hit tomorrow's target today, right? It's not going to happen every day, but our target was right here. We've actually done today where I was expecting the market to open tomorrow. It's still very much open right around here, possibly even lower. But for those of you that are wondering, Leonardo, all this stock, all these explanations, okay, what does this do for me? Or what could it have done for me? Let's say I stayed with your recommendation to stay away out of the market while it was going sideways. Let's say I had, 4 or 5 grand, okay? And let's say I was really committed to listening to you, all right? Well, this is what you would have done, all right? Now, understand, this guy actually pays attention. And I had him buy both today, SPY and S&P 500. Now, the SPY puts he bought, he only put $400 into the trade. And so this was a 300%. This was a 3x on Monday puts. And on S&P 500, he's made 20,000. Now, here's the kicker, right? His net account is now at $25,788. Now, his net profit for the day is $20,300. Well, you can do the math. The guy started with 5K in the morning. Now, I know you're like, well, Leo, I've been trying to get my account to 25K for the last 3 years. Guys, we have people that are doing this in one day. It just got to be the right day. It can be done. So if you come to 13 Market Moves, just leave all the bullshit that you've learned everywhere else aside. Okay? There's not another program out there like 13 Market Moves. There's not another program that times the certain time intervals and combines them with Fibonacci numbers. This is not like a Fibonacci sort of sequence, or this is not a Fibonacci sort of levels, the retracement levels that you're picking up. This has to do with the fact that the market has 390 trading minutes in a day, and if you break it down based on Fibonacci numbers, okay, you will know exactly what some of the key pivotal time frames are going to be throughout the day. So you focus on those time frames. So you notice this was the last message I sent at 2:15 to load up on puts. And you see what actually happens after 2:14. Well, this is the biggest part of the move. When the biggest part of the move, when you trade in daily expiration, coincides with the market making that move in the last 2 hours of the trading session, this is how you can make, from a 5K account, this is how you can make $25,000 account. If you haven't watched the last few videos, make sure you go back and watch them, because again, if you focus on what I'm trying to communicate to you guys, you will have a chance to do these sort of trades. And I didn't have time to go on. Guys, there's been look, I got some guys that 14x their count today. I got guys that 16, 17x their count today. This is just, for illustration purposes. I'll be honest with you, I also got some guys that just doubled their count today. Guess how they fucking feel right now? Because they jumped out of this trade. They saw the shit sideways. They didn't listen to what their coach told them. They jumped out too early. They sold too early. If you're going to sign up, stick to the program 100%. Of course, there's going to be losing trades. But how about taking your account from 5K to 25K in one day? When was the last time you did that? Seriously. When was the last time you took your account from 5K to 25K in one fucking day? And I promise you, this guy's probably going to end up at a couple 100,000 by the time all said and done, next 48 hours. But listen, the point is, if you pay close attention to the last video, I specifically told you, have your account set up in the right way. What does that mean? Well, you see that he's made $735 on Trade and Spy, but the total profit for the day is $20,325. So you take what he's made on the Spy out of this number, that means he's made $19,000 on what? On S&P 500 futures, trading these guys right here. And you can see that he cashed out of this trade. So this is P&L open. So this trade, he still has it open. These are Monday expiration. These S&P 500 futures, they were expiring today. So you can see he cashed out. He cashed out of this trade. And this is exactly why he's got now $24,000 available to trade the next day. But the point is, he's made $19,000 on S&P 500 futures, which I basically screamed at you in the last video. I said, set up your account the right way if you want to profit from the market. If you want to take your account to the next level, have it set up in the right way. So as you can see, S&P 500 futures, today's expiration, they made way more. They made 5x. While if you continue trading the old school way, you do the SPY stuff, okay, you'd be at 3x. This is a big difference. This is a big difference, guys. This is why somebody makes a little, why somebody makes a lot more on the same trade that is based on the same foundation, which is move 3. Okay, it's a move 3. It's a tornado pattern. You would know about this tornado pattern. This is a tornado pattern right here that happens before 2:15 time frame interval. Okay, and this is what you get at the end. Now, the reason it's a move 3, because we're gapping down in relation to the prior day, right? We're up here. This is actually a gap down in relation to the prior day. We open in down here. We bounce. We drop, we bounce, we drop, we bounce one last time. This point is slightly lower than prior to. Boom, you get a capitulation right here. So you've got to know the tornado pattern, which we talk about in our crypto course. There's like an hour of explanation about various sort of combinations of tornado patterns. Guys, study it. Like, why wouldn't you study a tornado pattern? If you understood this was a tornado pattern, and if you understood this was a solid move 3, guys, there's no reason why your account wouldn't be able to produce this. So the choice is yours. I mean, sometimes people ask me, well, Leonardo, you got one of the most expensive fucking courses out there. Well, why is that? Just, guys, our courses at 13 Market Moves are one of the most expensive courses out there because I want you to have an elevated commitment. Okay? If you spend $200 on a course, what the fuck do you expect? I mean, if you spend $200 on a course somewhere out there, which there's a bunch of knockoffs, guys, of our course, but you're not going to get the real thing. You're not going to get the right information. I mean, some of the people that are trying to copy the stuff and make a PDF and you're trying to sell the book, 13 Market Moves don't have a book, okay? I'm writing the book, which will be published in the next 2 years. But, I mean, this is all the other PDF files that you see out there that are called the book by a bunch of fake stuff out there. I mean, they don't represent the true 13 Market Moves. As a matter of fact, somebody brought them to my attention. These guys, the way they explain the moves and, in relation to the prior days, they got all this shit mixed up. So make sure you got the authentic information. And the only way you can get the authentic information, the right stuff about 13 Market Moves, you have to schedule a coaching call by going to 13mmtv.com or by going to 13marketmoves.com. There's no other sites you can get the authentic stuff from. If they're telling you it's authentic, they're lying to you guys. So the bottom line, understand the move 3, understand the tornado pattern, be patient, don't trade every fucking day, understand and recognize when the market is going sideways, and you can beat the market. You cannot trade every day and beat the market. So I know some of you always whine and bitch and say, but Leo, but I only got $800. Well, the reason you only got $800 in your fucking account is because you probably got a knockoff of 13 Market Moves somewhere out there. You probably only spent $150, $200 on the course. You got the bullshit, okay? And probably because, you're not committed to making it big as a trader. But let's say this was not the case. I've got a picture of a guy that started this morning with like $700. Okay, so he's made $4,000 on this Novavax trade, which was the alert. I've shown you this was the alert earlier in the day. He's made 777% on this thing. As you can see, he was buying the puts this morning at 63 cents. By the end of the day, they were going for $4, roughly $3.95. I think they actually were a little bit higher at one point. But bottom line, we gave you the entry right here. This was one of the first few trades I sent out in the morning. We told you to add puts. We told you to add puts again. We told you to add puts when you were trying to get out of the fucking trade. We told you to do what? Add puts. So depending on what strike you had, so in the 45 strike, right here, in the 45 strike, 700-800%, no problem. In the 40 strike, when we told you to add the 40 strike right here, you'd still be up over 300%. So there's no excuse, guys. The size of your account does not matter. Your commitment level matters. If your commitment size is greater than your account size, then you can do some great things with 13 Market Moves. Now, if your account size is huge, but your commitment ain't shit, okay, you're going to keep doing what most of the people do in trading. Okay, your account is not going to move. You're going to keep losing money slowly. Hey, you're not going to have any $10,000, $20,000 losses in one day, but guess what? You'll never have any $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 wins either. I call it the slow death. People that try to risk manage this shit every day, try to trade, well, I'm only going to trade with 1% of my account, all this crap, and their account size is like 5. Good luck. You'll never take that $5,000 anywhere. I promise you. You're going to waste a lot of fucking time, and you're not going to get your account anywhere. So these trades, guys, this is just a few trades today. And I mean, all you had to do was just stick with the plan and stay with the trade. All you had to do was just not jump out. You can see this guy would have done a lot better if he just stayed with the trade. At one point, actually, he had 13 contracts and he sold 3 of them just to make sure he actually had, extra cash for going trading tomorrow. But if he was just stuck with that, I mean, he probably would have ended up making 6-7K. Probably about $7,500 is what he would have made. We've just put in $700-800 into this trade. That's what this guy invested into this trade. So your account size should not be an excuse. Okay, it should be the reason. Like if your account is at $800, what the fuck are you doing? That's exactly the reason why you should figure out how to come up with the money to get at 13 market move scores, so you don't get stuck with an $800 account for the rest of your life. So you would know how a day like this feels when you're up 700, 800%. So you can, understand the move, trade the move, stay with the move. So when your account does get to 20, 30K, you could actually make a home run trade where you've made $300,000, $400,000 in a day or in a sequence like what I'm trying to show you right now, a 3-3-3 sequence. Those are the sort of sequences where you could, start with 30K and finish your account at like, 500,000-600,000 in just a matter of 72 hours. It can be done. I've shown you how I've done it multiple times. I've shown you how our students have done it multiple times on this channel. So the question is, what is your fucking excuse? All right? If you're just here to fuck off, make a couple of $100 a day, guys, I promise you, number one, this is not the channel for you. Number two is, why don't you just find something else to do? I've had another guy, I don't have the slide here, but I mean, this one guy, I gave him like 3 bulletproof trades for his 5K account. I've given him 3 trades that would have made him over $24,000. The guy never taken one trade. And I told him, like, why would you fucking waste my time? Don't waste my time. All right? And he's like, well, I'm just scared, Leo. I'm just fucking scared. I said, get over the fucking fear or you will never become a trader. Get over the fear. The fear is your number one enemy. The reason why you come to 13 market moves, because you want to learn how to trade fearlessly. And the way you trade fearlessly, guys, is you got to understand what's behind the move. You got to understand what move you're trading. And once you decide what move you're trading, you got to give it 100% of your commitment. You cannot change your mind just like, oh my God, it's bouncing, I got to get up. No, stay with the move. That's how these big percentage returns are made. And of course, JP Morgan, woo! It's too late to sell. I mean, seriously, guys, it's too late to sell. That's what some of JP Morgan's people are saying. All right, you heard them in the news lately. Oh, the bounce is coming. And then, oh shit, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with this market rally. Oh, hold on, we're supposed to be selling on the bounce. Oh, now, fuck, it's too late. It's too late to sell. Holy shit. You cannot be listening to these people that go, they give you all this very, very general information. There's no way anybody from JP Morgan is going to fucking show up and tell you, trade a move 3 today, damn it. All right, nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to tell you, well, at 2:14 p.m. This is the time frame where you could be expecting this bigger size move that's going to get us out of this sideways pattern that we basically told you, June 9th. Fucking wait, start trading on June 9th. That's all you had to do. If you just got that out of my last few videos and you will start trading today and you knew the move, guys, your account, I promise you, would have been exponentially higher. So the question is, what are you going to do for the next 2 days? All right? You're going to go listen to these guys? Or you want to get specific about how your account can actually grow this time within the next few days while the market is giving you this phenomenal opportunity? And so you may be asking, well, okay, Leo, okay, I fucked up. I wasn't paying attention in the last few videos. I thought you were just talking. Talking. Guys, I don't talk for no reason. you know, I may give you a lengthy explanation of some because hopefully it'll register somewhere and just, you know, you can get a deeper understanding on the subject. But I'm not going to say anything unless it has some validity to trade in the markets short term tomorrow, in the next few days, right? In the next few weeks. When I posted this VIX video, I said, look, there's nothing going to be going on for a few weeks. Possibly we could get a bounce and then be ready. June 9th for June 17th. Well, it's here, guys. We're in June 9th, and I'm telling you right now that if you miss today's move, don't feel horrible, okay? There's still an opportunity for you because there is a chance. Now, this is not a huge probability. I'm telling you this right now, but there is a probability that on a Monday, we could be at 36.56. Now, notice in our alerts, we're buying 403 strike on SPY, we're buying 397, 396 strike on SPY. I mean, this trade would be humongous if we actually dipped all the way here by Monday. All right, and there is actually, it's not a huge probability, but there is a probability we could do that. Now, sometimes, as you know, if you listen to a lot of my videos, sometimes I could be very precise on the move, but I could be too early. I may not give it enough time. So when I'm saying Monday, okay, 36.56, Monday, I could be off on this time. I could be off Monday. We could just be at 3,800. But at some point next week, we could hit this number right here. And when we hit this number, guys, we can get a very sharp move. Once we hit this number, we can have a very sharp move higher. So look out for that number next week, because this could be a short-term bottom. All right. So the chart could look like this, after the market is going to do this. And ultimately, this point right here could coincide with this point, and we're going to see the market do this. All right, it's going to be not like a normal bounce. It's going to be a much greater bounce, and the following day, the market's not going to drop that much. It's actually going to do something like this, and it's going to move slightly higher. So this is your number. This is your number to look out short term, possibly Monday, possibly next week. All right, at some point, we could get this low in the market, 36.56. And then I'd like to see the face that JP Morgan analysts are going to make at that point. Would that be too early to buy? We're going to find out. So, guys, I invite you to join 13 Market Moves. There's going to be some phenomenal opportunity. The option chain on VIX has not shifted. Again, the greatest discovery about the VIX option chain is the fact that we're expecting a move lower in the markets in the next few days ahead of the Federal Reserve decision. Okay, so sometimes these moves could be huge, and some of the greatest market moves, as far as the magnitude of the move, have been taking place on Mondays. So we could get a huge gap down on Sunday night when the futures open for trading, like 6 p.m. on a Sunday. And that move could continue all the way through Monday after hours. So be ready. There's huge stuff, but you got to know, right, which strikes to get. You got to know which stocks are going to outperform if you want to short some stuff. Not every sector is going to produce the same results. We got some killer trades for you guys in the next 48 hours. So if you want to participate in the $1 million challenge, okay, you got to have 50K in your account. You got to take 13 market moves and charts diversity course. You got to talk to a senior coach here at 13 Market Moves and get signed up for this $1 million challenge. If you hit the challenge, if you take your 50K account to $1 million between today, you would actually receive a giveaway of $100,000 in Bitcoin. So if you're a big Bitcoin fan, hey guys, we trade on Phemex, we short Bitcoin, we go long Bitcoin. That's the platform we use. Click the referral link below if you want to sign up at Phemex and make some money on Bitcoin. And first, go ahead and hit 50K to $1 million challenge with 13 Market Moves. We'll deposit 100K in Bitcoin into your Phemex account. So if you want more information about that, again, schedule a coaching call at 13 Market Moves or visit 13marketmoves.com, guys. Big few days coming up. If you want to be a part of it, let's rock together on this next few moves. Let's go, guys. Best trading to everybody out there, and I'll catch you in the next video soon. Let's go.